Hey guys, it's Melanie Hinds. It's your fastest IRAQI nurse around the net. I hope you're having a very good Tuesday. So guys, I have 6 articles coming out of Iraq from my intel sources. And the first one is, and I did a 2-part live stream. A couple of the articles are in the first half. We had supposedly Sudani was in my chat again on the first half. The second part, he was not there because I had to restart, and then I did the rest of the articles on the second part. So you'll be able to find the first ones in the first part, the third one on in the second one. So just so you can find those if you want to hear more details. So oil prices fall as Iraq and Kurdistan pipeline deal adds supply pressure. Guys, they're getting ready to do the pipeline deal. They don't say when it's going. It says a preliminary agreement was reached this morning between Iraq and the Kurdistan regional government to restart an oil pipeline, adding to oversupply concerns if they have a lot of oil, and then they reset their price. They're going to make a lot more money. They're doing 230,000 barrels per day. That is a plan. And so they have a preliminary agreement as of this morning. I shared that news at 9 a.m. or whenever I got to the intel this morning. Then Basra crude prices drop as Iraq and Kurdistan move to restart the pipeline. Gold holds near record highs on Fed rate cut expectations. Jerome Powell was talking today, and of course Trump was at the UN today, or is at the UN this week. U.S. IQD exchange rates inch lower in Baghdad and Erbil. But the biggest article coming out of Iraq was the e-payment shift marks a new era, Iraqi Prime Minister advisor says. In this article, he said the Iraqi government has already banned cash payments in state institutions starting July of 2025, and they want all cash payments done. Where does it say? He says, I think it's by next summer. Oh, Iraq will phase out cash payments in all government institutions and public facilities by July of 2026. They're getting rid of cash altogether by July of 2026. Think about how much when they revalue their currency, it's just a flip on their screen. They don't have to reprint currency. So that's a good sign for us, is it not? It says the Iraqi government has already banned cash payments in state institutions starting July of 2025 and has since launched awareness campaigns to encourage a shift away from a cash-based culture. That's why they saw a lot of money come. I've been saying this now for a while, ever since we saw the digital dinar go on Handle Forex on Coinbase. I've been saying they've gotten a lot of the cash off the streets and into the banks. They're getting 1-to-1 for it. 1 paper dinar for 1 digital dinar in country only. Outside the country, we still haven't seen it on Forex, but this is how it's going to happen. The next article was dollar prices climb in Baghdad and Erbil. So guys, obviously the dollar prices are climbing as long as they haven't revalued their currency. Now we'll go to everybody else. I think they are mimicking some of the same things I've said, but we'll see what it is. I'll read it live and in person here. This is the afternoon. It is 2:12 p.m. On Tuesday. Militiaman, we got a couple gems every day. There are real things happening that are powerful to me, and they should be to you too. Article, officially the tripart agreement was signed and set to the Council of Ministers. Headline is awesome. Quote, Erbil, Baghdad, and the oil companies operating in Kurdistan officially signed the tripart agreement a short while ago. The agreement paves the way for the resumption of the region's oil exports and removal of obstacles preventing the release of salaries for the Kurdistan region's employees. Claire says, article, quote, the state oil exporting organization SOMO announced on Tuesday that an agreement to export the region's oil between Baghdad and Erbil is close, while confirming an agreement on a strict mechanism for pumping the region's oil. Similar to what I just said. Frank 26, TV showing breaking news. Oil deal has been reached, and to resume in 24 hours, our oil will be flowing. Frank said that's exactly what we need. We need things to move out of our country along with a new currency. My president likes to say drill, baby, drill, and I bet your Sudani now loves to say flow, baby, flow, because oil is flowing now. That is the money for the budget, the HCL, the salaries, the new lower notes that will be fuel to the new exchange rate and bring purchasing power. Frank summarized it really well there. Mark Z, question, have you heard that Vietnam could float the VND? Again, we're going to start talking about Vietnamese dong as well as all the other currencies because we think Iraq is the linchpin. The Holy Spirit told me to tell you that the Iraqi dinar is already done. Of course, the Spirit always speaks before things happen. That famous Kim Clement prophet said it would be done when we were surrounded by fear, doom, and gloom, which if you think about it, we kind of are. All of us mourning the death of Charlie This past weekend, I was on that. It's very sad, but now we need to move forward, and his legacy is solid. Satan overplays his hand, in my opinion. So Mark Z now is talking about the Vietnamese dong, or he had a question about it. He said, yes, they are putting in mechanisms just like Iraq is. Vietnam is planning on doing the same thing Iraq is doing, going to a basket of currencies so their currency can fluctuate and change. This is exactly what Kuwait did when they revalued their currency. They are openly talking about this in Vietnam. So guys, if you hold the Vietnam dong, this should be good news to you. In any currencies you hold, you can look at my 3 steps down below. My pinned comment is how you can get those 3 steps to a safe exchange. It holds for any currency. Iraqi dinar, Vietnam dong, Zim bonds, anything when they're available. My strategies will work, or you can simply go the redemption center route, whatever it is you choose. Bruce says, President Trump wanted us to get the higher rate we get on the dinar. That's why he negotiated a higher rate on it. And before, it was tied to the per barrel price of oil being sold by Iraq to Turkey, Egypt, and other countries. But it's really not. It's higher than that, according to Bruce, because it was contracted by President Trump to be certain a dollar amount, and that's where it is. So that's a great deal. That's good. Again, that's Bruce. That's not me. That's just what he says. I suggest my pinned comment down below, 3 steps to a safe exchange. Then there's another comment from Frank here. This was last night, I think. All the things that we're seeing require a new rate. My hope is math is math. You can use words and lie to people, but math is math. I couldn't agree more, Frank. Fun Lou, here are a few of this week's projects that are moving forward without a revalued currency. Baker Hughes, Nokia, Hiwa, Roth, IFC, Asia Cell. My point is Iraq is charging full steam ahead with signing new deals, MOUs, and infrastructure development. They are functioning. He's saying the Fun Lou has always been a little negative, that they're functioning well at their rear rate now. But why all the MOUs? Why 1,000 MOUs in the last year? That we think they're turning them into contracts tokenized on a brand new digital system. What do you think? Comment down below. If you need more information about that, get me on a live. I'm going to be live in the morning at 9 a.m. and you can ask me any questions. And I look forward to answering your questions live tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I will not be live tonight. I will not be live tonight because my husband's schedule has recently changed. So if I go live again, it will probably be maybe tomorrow night, but not tonight. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm done because I did this summary yesterday. I do it every day. So I hope you appreciate that. Give me some positive comments down below, or what did you like best about this particular summary. I'm losing my words because my husband's home and I'm tired, and I already had my meal replacement shake and a bar while I was on my mental health counseling. So I want to do this now while I have the energy so I can take a nap. Guys, if you're tired, I hope you will subscribe, tap the bell, and you'll be inspired every morning when I go live at 9 a.m. Eastern time. And I'll see you guys then. My shirt says kiss my boundaries because you have to have healthy boundaries these days. And anyways, I hope you like this. Please comment down below. Please consider subscribing, tapping the bell. See you later. Bye.